Kryon, are you stuck? Greetings, my dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. We are listening to the cries, literally from so many lightworkers and old souls who say, I have been on my path for decades, but suddenly I feel stuck. I feel blocked. Why? What is happening? We love you so much. You are profoundly loved. I will give you the answer, and my dear ones, you are not stuck, but the perception of being stuck is real. I would like to explain a little more, and the explanation is one that I have been giving for some time for some of the same frustrations and questions, but especially for those who are watching this video who identify with that particular thing, that particular question about being stuck. We have to go back again to what your perception of life was when you were not stuck. And that would have been a time past where things were moving in a certain direction, so much so that that perception of being stuck wasn't there. In fact, things were going well enough that you felt there was progress, we might say, in what you were doing, in your life and the things you teach, or perhaps the things you believe in, or just life itself, a path that made sense. I want to remind you of something we've spoken of before, which is that a past energy, even if it's only a few years ago, let's say 7, perhaps even 5, was different than today's. It's not just the energy that is different. Let's just call it the reality of life. So it's not even esoteric. It's how things worked then 7, 8 years ago, or whatever you are comparing it to, versus what it is today, and the feeling of being stuck today or different today, or not going forward as you were before. This path that you claim frustrates you has an energy of its own. You expect certain things when you walk forward. You expect certain kinds of realities when your life goes, so to speak, from A to B, or even when you pass time and look back, and you're maybe satisfied that you are actually doing something because there is progress. What if I told you the truth about this? That the reality, the landscape you are walking in has changed. It is a perception of not being stuck. It is truly a perception of not feeling the same as before. And you're right. It is not. I would repeat once again that you are looking at a landscape that is beginning to shift dimensionality, yet this doesn't work for many of you who ask, well, what does that mean? Is that some kind of generic term to say things are different? There's so much more to it than meets the eye. You have moved into a slightly higher consciousness to even ask this question. First of all, I'm dealing with humans, old souls who are used to progress, and it might be spiritual progress. You're satisfied with the way you've aimed your life and all of these things, and suddenly it doesn't feel that way anymore. It doesn't feel the same. You feel stuck. You feel blocked. You feel as though you're not moving forward anymore, and yet you were before. This perception is caused by all of these changes that you are seeing. Let me ask you, about 10 years ago, do you remember there was a war of consciousness? Now yes. You have seen it, where consciousness is truly different than it was. Where one has to tread carefully when you speak certain kinds of things or do certain kinds of things that the great bulk of the population wouldn't like. Now, that's a pretty new thing, isn't it? There are many different things that then would target the fact that the times are different. So, dear ones, the reason you feel stuck is because the times are different. The landscape where you walk the path, all of these things have changed. So you cannot simply be who you were and arrive in the place where you are and expect the same kind of energies as where you were. It surely makes sense to you that the light that is starting to show on this planet, which is actually starting to show the dirt, too, changes things. When those around you can start to see themselves or others around them differently, because the light is on and it sees everything. This changes you. You are changing. So the things you expected to be there in the old energy are not there anymore. I will make this statement. You should feel and understand it. To us, those on the other side of the veil, those who are the angelic fragments and parts of those around you, those who love you from the other side of the veil, the pieces of God in you that are active and are starting to work, how do we see you? We see you as ready, asterisk asterisk not stuck asterisk asterisk. It is a perception. Now some of you will argue and say, no, I am stuck. The things that worked before don't work anymore. I'm pushing against things that don't work anymore. They're now pushing back. Did I not just tell you that? Why are you expecting the same feelings you had when the world was different? Are you doing the same things you did then, or new things? Perhaps you should reflect. Why don't you change what you're doing a little bit? We have given you mastery elements. We have spoken of compassionate actions. We have told you what is happening on this planet right now. You cannot continue to do the same things you've done for decades and simply have the same reaction today. You are not stuck. Dear ones, if you use compassion of any kind to approach your life on your path, you are spreading the light. You may not be getting the same reaction. May I propose an exercise? And it's one I often do. It's a communication exercise, and it is simple. Question. Do you believe in the angelic realm around you? Yes or no? Now, those who look at this kind of message are often very convinced that there are energies, that there is a beauty around you that you don't see, that you may even see guides and helpers. They are always there. We have told you this. They often wait for you to make a change before it happens, and what happens? They often wait for you to make room for new things that you don't even know are there. Did you know that? Listen to this. Why don't you get into your heart just for a moment and say, "Dear Spirit, I am frustrated. I feel stuck. Dear Spirit, show me that I am not stuck. Give me the assurance and then the perception of what may be coming on my path." Now that is a right prayer. It is very, very good because it starts to enforce the idea that when you are at a crossroad or you don't understand something, you can ask permission to understand it. Have you thought of that? Dear Spirit, I'm in a new scenario, and I am trying to do the old things that are not working. Show me some of the things to change. I will welcome those changes, and I will be unstuck. How does that sound? Unsticking yourself may be far easier than you think. That is why we love you as we do. And so it is. December Ascension energies. Christos blessed beings, you have been and will continue to be in what we call a turning point or turning point energy. You are changing like a season, back and forth. This is not an actual ending, but only a transition into a new potential of interaction. In the current moment of late 2025, you are an indicator of time that is familiar to you, so we want to offer perspective that you can tailor to you. The process of ascension you are moving through is a known path. Though unique, it is known, just like a season. We have titled this month's focus, Christos. This title indicates the acknowledgement of a sacred power. This is a long season in which you will own your sacred power. Both of these words elicit great resistance in many. It is up to you to loosen the resistance and let it flow in a pliable flow with the sacred power energy. It is inherent in all life. All life. From the proton to the person, to the collectives that are mixing. This is a season to acknowledge, utilize, and amplify your sacred power, Christos. We have taught your inner kingdom is your sovereign domain, also calling it the passive force. This implies understanding magnetism, the binding force that pushes and completes the externalized active force. This simplistic explanation helps you honor the power and the blending of the passive and active forces that define and refine your duality experience. Here you honor your masculine energetic balance, the externalized sacred power of creation that must come from within, joined by your feminine energy, the magnetic force that holds and pushes creation. This is your sacred power. Within you is the potential, the passive magnetic force, the pliable new creation, and the will to act to create. Healing resistance in your world, you often notice resistance to honoring the vulnerable, pliable, giving, sharing, and connected parts of the self. These parts of the self are truly self-centered, but often spill out to the collective, manipulating and controlling others to serve another self. This shifts your sacred power. It is a taking, not a giving. It is a common power reversal tactic, manipulating a loving being's desire to give to life. This has created great resistance to sacred power. Your loving light has been manipulated, controlled, and killed in the past. While this cycle will not cease immediately or totally, it no longer has the propensity of potential it held in the winter of humanity. Own your sacred power. The Christos perspective is to realize, and honor the power within you. I am the Christos. I am the vehicle of creation for life. Real eyes show you this potential is present in all life. The proton is just as special, sacred, and powerful. Real eyes show you this potential is special and unique within you, as it is in all life. Honor your sacred power with a balance that offers no resistance to the flow, other than the perfect resistance to flow. Honor your sacred power with a balance that enables you to move, shift, or go with the flow in a moment. Notice. Honor your sacred power with a balance that allows life force to flow as force flows, infinitely, collectively, and individually into the finite. Effort is but a step, part of a dance. Effort is simply striving in the discomfort zone of creating the new. Effort is a perspective. Own your sacred power. You are the sacred creative power. Just as the words reactive and creative are simply a movement of the sea, so are the words scared and sacred. See, with a new perspective. I am the Christos, I am the sacred power of creation as is all life. Own yours. Love courageously, the 12D creators. Prioritize this above everything else and reap the rewards. We are the creators. We are a collective of non-physical beings of the 12th dimension, and we are here to help. You all know who you really are, and you just need to be reminded of that truth. You can all feel who you truly are when you experience the state of being that is love. You know that the feeling of love is more than just a release of hormones and chemicals in the body and brain. You have enough common sense to recognize that. And yet, reminders are necessary. Reminders are necessary because there is so much out there in the world that you experience that seeks to define you as something other than source. And many of you get quite trapped in your identity, in your sense of self. When you base your identity and/or your sense of self upon that which is temporary, upon that which can trigger a chain reaction of change, you are setting yourself up for disappointment. You are setting yourself up to experience instability, and you are probably not going to go much deeper than what the surface level can reveal to you. So, we recommend that you feel who you truly are, rather than looking at statistics and what they can reveal to you. In order to feel who you truly are, you sometimes must walk through the muck of what you are not. Many of you have accumulated that muck over the course of this lifetime and other lifetimes. And so, you need to cleanse and cleanse and cleanse to be able to reach your true self and find the love that you truly are. Once you do, you will realize that home truly is where the heart is. You will discover that the love within you makes you feel at home, but it also makes you feel expansive. It also makes you feel like the connective tissue that holds us all together in this universe, and that is because that is how it is, and you are meant to feel it and be reminded of it frequently. And when you make it your goal, you will always find that it is an achievable goal. When you make it the #1 priority of every single day of your life, you will be happy, you will manifest more of what you desire, you will have many friends, and you will most likely even be doing what you love. You will find that it is easy for you to make a career out of what you love, all because you prioritized feeling love inside of you over anything else you could put at the top of your priority list. It is up to you what you focus upon and what you deem to be important. Now, others may have chosen what is important for you before, but now that you are awake, you are certainly the one in the driver's seat, and that is true power. This is true power. That is the power of Source. It is the power of love, and it is inside of each and every one of you. We are the creators, and we love you very much. Andromeda Intergalactic Council. It is exploding with incredible force. Greetings in the light and love of our infinite Creator. We enjoy the moments we share with all of you. Thank you for this transmission. The pressure has intensified as the light is breaking into your reality with force. This is happening as more and more individuals are awakening every moment, realizing the profound changes happening within and around them. Through the infinite love and light of the Creator, all is transforming at an unprecedented rate, propelling humanity to ascend to a higher state of consciousness. This awakening, a very personal experience, which is fueling collective evolution, is reshaping your reality. The light penetrates every shadow, illuminating what has long been hidden from humanity's understanding. The veils that once obscured the truth are lifting from the eyes of countless individuals, allowing them to perceive the deception that has crept into their lives. Yet, amidst this awakening, there are those who resist acknowledging the truth. They deny the existence of the deception or attempt to rationalize it, clinging to familiar narratives rather than accepting the possibility of having been misled. This resistance is a reflection of deeply entrenched beliefs and fears, as the comfort of the known often outweighs the discomfort of confronting painful truths. For centuries, a profound manipulation orchestrated by dark forces has occurred, seeking to influence the human spirit along a false path illuminated by counterfeit light. The tools of this manipulation have been none other than politics and religion, two constructs designed to deceive humanity and keep souls enslaved in cycles of division and control. Through these mechanisms, many have been led to believe that a golden age would manifest if they adhered to prescribed narratives. However, it is essential to recognize that nothing rooted in separation can truly embody the essence of the light. The structures of politics and religion, as they have been presented, are imbued with division and control, operating on frequencies in sharp contrast to the vibrations of love, unity, and freedom. Many have been misled into thinking these constructs represented the path to enlightenment and liberation, when in reality, they have perpetuated cycles of disempowerment. We have transmitted insights to you on this knowledge of betrayal and the deep deceptions that permeate every aspect of your reality. Due to the force of light, these truths are now being revealed, and the illusions that have dominated humanity are destined to dissolve. It is imperative to observe these revelations with clarity and understanding, as the future of Earth depends on your collective capacity to embrace this new awareness. As the layers of deception are removed, it becomes vital to join forces with your fellow beings in solidarity, compassion, and respect. This is a call to honor the spirit in every person, recognizing that you are all interconnected in this journey of awakening. Humanity will need to process and heal during this awakening, as the light is exposing all the darkness and dissolving it. The time has come to transcend the limitations imposed by outdated paradigms and to forge a new path rooted in love, understanding, and mutual respect. Cherished ones of knowledge, you are creating a vibrant reality of human experience, one that honors the divine essence in every individual, fostering a world where truth, freedom, and unity reign supreme. With eternal love and deep respect, we witness you, we celebrate you, and we honor you. In the love and light of our infinite Creator, we are the Andromeda Intergalactic Council, here to serve the divine. Light body correction and decree, dearest ones. As a physical representation of the invisible, being aware of our non-physical bodies, our templates, and our light signature is essential to being healed, balanced, and manifesting in our reality. As you know, we come from the micro, our DNA is uniquely encoded with everything we have been, will be, and our mission, our unique capacities, and all that we choose to expand and integrate or not in this lifetime. We are a projection of our 12th dimensional Merkaba light body and our DNA. Many of you present anomalies in your 12th dimensional bodies, or Merkabas, as they are often called. These prevent the correct integration of the light you receive from your divine sources, the alignment with them, and the manifestation of your soul's desires. The Gemini full moon, together with the Antarian energy we are receiving now, which helps us to open our hearts and project through them, will be an opportunity for us to create a synthesis in our template. For Gemini governs all that is double in our bodies, and that also represents duality, for everything revolves around unity, the correction, and the integration of our opposites by restoring communication between all aspects of us. I see many of you in our co-creations with your light bodies spinning in opposite directions, which is a main cause of non-alignment, fragmentation, and energy drain. If you feel that this may be a primary cause of why you are failing to embody all the transmissions you receive, of misalignment, or any other issue you are manifesting, only you can correct your light body, who you are, for only you have power over it as the sole authority of your body. All light bodies are unique. They move in the same directions, clockwise and counterclockwise, but they do not rotate at the same speed, for we are all unique. And this depends on the light we manage to integrate, for the more light there is, the faster they rotate, and also on our frequency and the dimensional space we have chosen to dwell in. Remember to scan your light body first. You know who you are, your history, and what you need to change in your light body, adding all that you wish to retrieve as well. I leave you a healing exercise you may do, if guided, with a decree to repair your light body, which can also be accompanied by sound therapy and some sounds such as Om, La, Shala, for its correction and activation. As always, coherence, integrity, and a conscious diet are key to its success. Find a quiet space of your choice. If possible, standing is best. Then connect to your heart center through breathing, for, as you know, our heartbeats are connected to the universal cosmic heart and our divine presence. Through the love of your hearts, connect with your Merkaba light body, visualizing it within your heart in a white, luminous, crystalline geometric Merkaba. Image of Merkaba star tetrahedron. Feel the love. It is not only a geometric shape of who you are, it is pure divine consciousness. Connect with who you are, and feel the light, love, and peace radiating from its warmth. Then with your hands, if guided, expand your Merkaba light body from your heart to your whole body, completely surrounding yourself with it, both physical and non-physical body. Now visualize your divine masculine star tetrahedron rotating clockwise. You may create this movement with your powerful right hand, which is the correct direction in which it should spin. Correct its movement, commanding it to align with the original divine blueprint, perpetually rotating in this direction. Do the same with your divine feminine star tetrahedron, rotating counterclockwise. However, this is only an illusion from our human perspective, for being in the above is also in the below, and if we move upside down, we will also see the female rotating in that direction. However, we must use our 3D perspective to navigate our dimension. Once both star tetrahedrons are corrected, let us visualize them both rotating in opposite directions, faster and faster, feeling its heartbeat, its intense vibration, until we visualize ourselves surrounded by a gigantic luminous crystalline Merkaba globe, as a result of their extremely fast rotation. Breathe in its crystalline diamond light, breathe in the love, harmony, and infinite wisdom in which you are, and from your heart, decree. I thank God, my guides, and the unified self for helping me to correct my divine 12th dimensional light body. With the power God has given me over my physical and non-physical bodies, here and now, I choose to make a correction to the movement of my divine masculine star tetrahedron and my divine feminine star tetrahedrons, in a complete and permanent way. I command my divine masculine light body to rotate clockwise, as it was meant to be since the beginning, functioning as one with my divine feminine body, which I also correct, commanding it to rotate counterclockwise, in a complete and permanent way. Both my divine masculine and feminine star tetrahedrons rotate now in their righteous divine directions, being perfect in their proportions and unique divine coding. I immediately eliminate all previous non-benevolent programs and anomalies that distorted my light body, and I make my command permanent in this current timeline and all simultaneous ones. I also restore all my light body coordinates to navigate time and space. I am now aligned with God's worlds and the authentic Ascension timelines. I am whole. I am healed. I am the divine blueprint. I am love, wisdom and power. And so it is, and so it is, and so it will continue to be. Thank you, God, unified self, and guides, for your protection and assistance. In infinite love, Natalia, Alba.